Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of this. Because this is not a Dustin Recommends, as you probably noticed by the title card not being in there and all the cool noises and explosions and madness. But this is more of a first impressions video. Now, I don't like to do these very much because, well, the last one I was going to do it on, the NBC miniseries Dracula, fizzled out after like 3 episodes and I was no longer interested in it. I don't care what you say, that show just got really stupid really quick, and the only saving grace was the lesbians mud wrestling. That happened in the Dracula show. Totally happened. But this one seems a little different, so I am going to do a first impressions on it. It is on the show Helix that comes on the Syfy channel. Yeah, I know, you're like, oh, Syfy channel? Not so sure about that. We've seen Sharknado, but this is actually pretty good. It's really creepy. It's got this whole little kind of like thing vibe going with it. And I'm not talking about the prequel or the old school, I think 50s. I'm talking about the John Carpenter's Thing. Yeah, that 80s classic. Basically, the premise is that the CDC, Center for Disease Control, blah, 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 is called out to go to a international research station in the Arctic because something bad is happening. That's about it. Creepiness ensues. The main thing that threw me off on this thing was the choice of music is so bizarre, but at the same time, very creepy. Very creepy. So, I've definitely got to give it points for that. And that in the story seems to be like, believe it or not, I don't think zombies are involved. It's a kind of like a zombie thing, but they don't turn into, my brains, I must eat you, I'm dead. This is something completely different, and it's very refreshing, I must say. And I like that, because I'm kind of getting zombied out. I've still got Season 3 all DVR'd on The Walking Dead, and I have yet to even watch the first episode. Yeah. But another thing is, things to look forward to on the Syfy channel is, because here lately they've been putting out some pretty good shows. I like Defiance. Yeah, it's a little pulpy and a little cheesy, but it's fun. They've got a new show called Bitten about werewolves, which, if you know me, you know I kind of like werewolves. So that's interesting to look at as well. And then, of course, they're bringing back the American version of Being Human and Lost Girl, which Lost Girl is a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm sorry. Hot succubus. What? Yeah. So, as you can see, the Syfy series that there have been, I know they took Lost Girl from like a Canadian thing and they just rebooted a British show for that. But Bitten, I think, is actually, I'm not sure if that's another thing that they just took over and said, hey, we want this. But they've been making some really good calls here lately. Now, their movies, we're not going to talk about their movies. Because while their movies are gloriously bad fun, their series have actually been doing very well in my eyes. Even their reality TV series. So, yeah, I know. But there's a few kind of interesting ones that I'd like to actually kind of watch besides Face Off. They've got that new one coming up, where one is in a futuristic society and one of them's in primitive society, and there's like a glass wall separating them. That actually is kind of interesting to me, but I'm a freak like that. So, guys, that was my first impressions on basically TV, but definitely go check out Helix. Like, for real, it comes on Fridays. This is a creepy show. If you like creepy shows, you will like that. It's definitely in that vein. Creepy vein. And just so you know, quite possibly the next time you see me in this video, my joy beanie will be retired. Yes, I have a new one coming that is more in the veins of me. So, we can look for that. So, why don't we just take a guess on what it may be? Yeah, comments. Let me know what you think it might be. I know I've only got like 10 subscribers, but hey. So, that's it. First impressions on some sci-fi shows that I find entertaining and I kind of liked them. A couple to look out for. So, that's pretty much it, boys and girls. And so, I guess that's it. Later.